All right. Let's go through some big thanks, and then we can do some closing words.
Hmm.
Once again, thank you to our Patreons: Nordoge, RV Night Train, Cheng Yin, Yin, Eric L, Aaron, Dan F, Doug A, Karova, Torjado, REG, 4P, and Brand New. Thank you to everyone who is currently watching. Some of you guys who have stuck through this the entire time. Appreciate you guys supporting, whether it's through Twitch or YouTube. Thank you to the mods who also stay here the entire time and really helped out. Appreciate you guys. Um, Thank you to David Attenborough, who has to do all of this editing and everything. Who am I missing here?
That's it. I'm sure we're missing
Okay.
people, but
It's 8 hours
and
in, man. I don't
yeah,
know. I don't
it's
know what you're
it's late.
expecting.
Thank you to Taro for putting all our stuff into a spreadsheet.
Oh yeah.
And
No, he should be thanking us for spreading the word of the caravans. Okay.
I love
All
how we
right.
went over the top on him on the caravans without meaning to. I saw the post, and I was like, yeah, I mean, what are other people saying? And then I read the comments, and I was like, oh, I see what other people are saying. They're wrong.
Yep. But at the end of the day, look, we're talking about the expansion, and we just spent 8 hours discussing the expansion, but it's really not about the expansion. This isn't just a normal
Hmm.
expansion, which we're adding cards in. We're talking about just a new Hearthstone. There's a Hearthstone 2.0, right? Core set, class identity has changed significantly, and in ways in which we are just not used to. Like, thinking about priest that doesn't have mind control is weird. Thinking about druid without all of their damage stuff is really weird. Um, so you're gonna have to go in and eh, like we can talk about expansion, but the biggest changes and the biggest differences don't really come from this expansion. So we can talk about watch posts and caravans and how like blah blah. But really, this is a whole new world that we're entering. You're still gonna get annoyed at the watch posts and caravans.
Watch Post needs to exit the meta. If you guys are listening to this, spread the awareness. I don't want to like we're pretty confident in this Watch Post thing, but I'm okay in not calling for Blizzard's head until after we actually play in the meta and we confirm that Watch Post is super terrible and that this is actually in the game in the first place. But if it is, I expect someone to make a post that tweet at the developers to just get them to act on this very quickly. We will fully support it. We'll do it ourselves. This is something that has to go. I haven't done a call to action in the arena in quite some time because Blizzard kind of gave up on the arena and it was kind of okay. But this is not okay. This is going to be very very bad if it stays in the arena. And if we're right about the Morshan Watch Post, and if it actually is in the arena, and if in a couple of days Blizzard doesn't say, "Hey, we're taking it out," or actually just takes it out, I think this may be the first time in like 2 years that we mobilize the arena community again and get some stuff done quickly, hopefully, because this is that level of like existential threat to the ability of anybody to really like play the arena. We think that's why we rated it at S tier, at the level of Runaway Blackwing, which never made it to arena, thank God. So we'll see. Not doing it now because we could be wrong. It could be just bad and not super terrible, or maybe something weird happens to the offering rate, and we actually all have the opportunity to draft a million spells. Like who knows what's going to happen, right? But just know that if you're being terrorized by the watch post, you're probably not alone.
Yeah, the watch post is something in which if there's no offering rate, we might not get enough people complaining about it just because I don't know exactly how often you're going to see it. And then it's
It's
one
a
of those
neutral
cards in which,
card.
yeah,
Every
it's,
other deck you face is gonna have it if people all like auto pick it.
yeah. So we'll see how it shakes out. But I was super duper excited regarding the core set when it first came out because I looked at it, I was like, this solves a problem that Arena has had for years, and really one of the things that has frustrated me about the Arena, which is there's too much possibilities in the Arena. You need to control it in order to have more predictability. Whether it's like there's just lack of predictability nowadays. Whether it's there's too many damn cards in like that you're able to draft and play with. There's too much discovers, there's too much whatever. So even if stuff is powerful, as long as you are able to predict it, it's not about power level, it's about the ability to play around things and sort of predict, do all that stuff. That's fine. And I looked at the core set and the ideas behind it, and I was like, okay, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
But the watch posts and caravans really make me nervous about the upcoming meta because they have the potential to turn certain games into non-games, like non-competitive games in which the other person loses by really no fault of their own. Like the only way around it would have been just don't queue into that person, lol. Draft to just beat watch posts and caravans, which you can't do.
Yeah, you just play your own watch posts and caravan.
Yeah, or just do that. So you always want counterplay. You always want some decision making, and the fact that these come out so early and can have such a big impact and just end games, it feels bad. So we'll see how it shakes out. I'm definitely going to be playing a lot of Arena because I'm very excited about this new world that we're entering. But man, I wish this was just like a good old vanilla, or it could just be this expansion, but we take out the just take out the Morshan.
Yeah, just the Morshan watch posts. The other ones are like just powerful cards. Like I would love it if they took out all the cards I have a problem with, but Morshan's the one that's the existential threat to the Arena. The other ones are just other Twin Tyrants, which like is bad for the Arena, obviously. But we survived Twin Tyrant. Like we don't like it, but we survived it, right? And the ones here that are coming, I don't think are necessarily as toxic as Twin Tyrant, because they usually involve drawing cards as part of their power, which kind of like makes it just people are less annoyed when you draw cards and win the game that way than when you're prevented from doing stuff, or when you have just the most gigantic tempo swing that's pretty unpreventable. But yeah,
Indeed.
Morshan's the one that I'm really concerned about.
Okay. And that's it. I think that this is a cool set. The power level is very much so in line with what we expect nowadays. And it's got a lot of good cards, but relative to where the power level is currently, it doesn't push boundaries. Yeah. It wasn't like when Primordial Drake first dropped, right, in Angora, we were just like, whoa, this raised everything. Like how is this possible? When Twin Tyrant first dropped, right, like the relative power level to neutrals, and also big neutrals that had that was huge. So now that we have seen those things and everything has kind of risen, the tide has gone up, we don't exactly see that. We have this one super annoying S tier card, which, like I said, I don't exactly know if it's an S. Like, to me, it's more of an A plus, but whatever. We could hype it up a little bit and say it's an S. I don't really care.
I think it is an S.
Yeah, sure. But this isn't like other sets in which we look at it and we're like, whoa, this actually raised the power level of neutrals. This doesn't do it. It has a lot of like pretty good cards, very good cards. So by relative power standards, overall, this has been quite a tame expansion.
Yep.
And the reason why I am very afraid for it, more so than other ones, is just because of the blowout potential, the annoying potential of these cards. So if you want to look at it in terms of that, this isn't raising anything. If anything, it is a pretty temperate or moderate expansion from expectations. Once the core set came out, And you look at kind of if the core set came out and you just looked at our scores, you didn't know the cards. You just took it away and look at like how many S's there are, how many A's, B's, whatever. You're like, pretty fair. It's going to be a pretty boring expansion. It didn't pan out that way because of the nature of the cards. But yes, if you go just by power levels, very, very fair.
I do want to put a caveat on that, on the whole fairness thing. Besides, Morshan Watch Post, the other neutrals that we have in our top 4 video, and maybe even some that extend beyond that, are also problematic because they're neutrals. Not because not because they're like just too powerful and this game can't handle it necessarily, but because they're neutrals, they may dominate the game and create, if not a stale game, at least a game where you're just like, I am going to be playing against these things, and that will determine whether I win or lose the game. And the classes don't matter as much, and blah blah blah. And you never want that to happen. It's just not particularly good like game design. And like I said, they don't design cards for Arena, so we have to live with these cards. But I would not be opposed to just like an extended ban list in the Arena. Just because they had it before, like a ban list for class for class balance. You don't need it anymore for class balance because you have a button, but you could just do it to take out the best cards that are like kind of ruining the meta for people. And they have done it with runaway dragony thing that never even hit the Arena. So they're not like totally opposed to it. I think they need to like extend it a little bit and take out like the top few cards, right? Like not just Morshan Watch Post, although that's the obvious one, but also like go a few more deeper in terms of the neutrals, and a few on the class side that are super powerful. Although this expansion, I think we're safe from that. But yeah, there's things that they can do if they want to put like just a little bit of effort into the Arena without going like full buckets, right? Without being like, oh, we have so much work to do.
Okay, that's it.
That's it. We're done. Oof. Hope you guys enjoyed everything. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the Arena. We're streaming 7 days, all like once the expansion drops, 7 straight days. Nights. Have a good night,
See you guys in the Arena. Yep.